And guys, I don't even really know where to start. I don't know where I'm going to finish. I don't know where I'm going to go with the New England Patriots. This is by far the worst Patriots team I've ever seen in my life. I have never been a fan that has been negative. I have never been a Patriots fan. I've had very little reason to not have belief in my Patriots. They've won, and they've won more. The coaching has always been seemingly very good. The quarterback play has mostly been excellent. And the overall culture, decision-making has been brilliant. The New England Patriots are a putrid, downright disgraceful, pathetic football team in the NFL right now. They are pathetic. That game against the Saints was one of the worst displays of football I've ever seen in my life. It was the equivalent of a high school team playing an NFL team. It was that bad. They could not run the ball. They could not pass the ball. They could not protect. They could not run block. They could not rush the passer. They could not cover. They could not stop the run. It was pathetic. They were terrible on special teams. They missed field goals. It was bad, man. And the Saints, the thing that was so bad about it, the Patriots were so bad, they made the Saints look really good. And the Saints didn't even play well. Like, the Saints defense, give them credit, they played to what they needed to do. They man-covered our receivers. They pressed them. They were all up in their grill. They got pressure consistently on Mac Jones. They forced mistakes. And they stopped the run. Clear game plan that everybody's been using for the last 2 to 3 years against the Patriots because they have the slowest receiving core in human history. They have a quarterback that really can't overcome the deficiencies around him. And really very few can. I mean, this situation, like, I'm glad this almost happened because I felt like last week a lot of people were saying it was all Mac Jones. And he had a bad game. And I came on here and I said, this is more than Mac Jones. This is Bill Belichick. I think we see this as more than Mac Jones. Like, this is the worst offensive line in football. This is the worst pass game in football. This is the worst run game in football. They have no explosiveness. They have zero negative speed. They have no separation capabilities. Devontae Parker might be the worst receiver in the NFL. And Juju Smith-Schuster might be the second worst receiver in the NFL. Lowe, their right tackle, is the worst right tackle in the NFL, statistically speaking. Zeke is old. Stevenson looks like a shell of himself. The defense is not nearly as good without Judon or Gonzalez. I feel for them. I really do. It was nice to see J.C. Jackson back out there. Jonathan Jones healthy. Love that. Their defense is still competitive, but this is a team that stinks. They put money into the special teams. They can't kick the fucking ball. I mean, it's unbelievable. They get rid of Nick Folk, who's been literally the best player on their fucking team since 2020, and they get rid of him. He's made 66 kicks in a row within 40 yards. You get rid of him to draft a fucking kicker when you could use it on a right tackle or a fucking receiver. This team is pathetic. I have never been this negative about any of my teams, ever. The Patriots are downright disgraceful. They are pathetic. They are putrid. I don't know how many times I can say this. You can talk about Mac Jones. You can talk about whatever you want, bro. This team can't do anything well. They are not even well, not even like mid. This team can't even do anything mid. Bro, this team fucking blows. I mean, it's unbelievable. This team last week. Guys, seriously, if you did not watch this game as an outside viewer and a non-Patriots fan, watch this game. This is the worst performance I've ever seen from an NFL fucking team. I am not exaggerating. Watch the game. It's unbelievable. There has to be an issue with this locker room. There has to be a problem. This does not happen. I mean, this team doesn't have talent on offense, but this is downright ridiculous. Like, This is to the point where there seems to be an effort issue. There seems to be a heart issue. I don't know if it's a lack of playing for Belichick. It's a lack of playing for Mac. If it's a lack of belief in what they're doing. It's so bad. There's really nothing I can say. And honestly, this was one of the first times I've ever watched a Patriots game completely numb to what was happening. Like, this was not me during the game. I was not swearing at the TV. I was not even mad. I just kind of knew it was going to happen. I just kind of watched it and sat back and was like, that's this team, like I've accepted what they are, which is a poorly coached, and I want to say that again for 3 times in a row, poorly coached, especially on the offensive line, football team, a poorly managed football team, a team that is trying to play 2002 football in 2023, a team that has zero speed, a team that didn't address its biggest needs. And honestly, like, I go back to this, and there's so much made of this right now, the Belichick Brady thing. There's nobody you will meet that is a bigger Tom Brady fan than me. There is nobody that appreciates Tom Brady as a player more than me. I think Tom Brady's better than I thought. This dude, Bill Belichick, right now is one of the worst coaches in the NFL. And he's not only one of the worst coaches in the NFL, he's one of the worst GMs, if not the worst GM in the NFL. I mean, I love J.C. Jackson, getting him back for nothing. How in the fuck do you go out and get J.C. Jackson after Christian Gonzalez gets hurt? But you have witnessed this offense for 3 fucking years, and you have not gotten a receiver. Since 2019, how many years is that? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We have not had a fucking receiver. How unbelievable is that? They have not even gone out since N'Keal Harry and addressed with any high capital this receiver position. Tyquan Thornton doesn't count as second round pick. I'm not counting that. Especially with Belichick, because he can't draft for shit. This is the guy that picked N'Keal Harry over Deebo Samuel, DK Metcalf, and AJ Brown. Are you kidding me? You could have literally just thrown a dart at a fucking dartboard and gotten a better receiver than that. And this is the thing, like, you guys can go back and look at all of my Patriots content. I have been extremely consistent. Do I have love for Belichick? Yes. Do I think he's one of the greatest coaches of all time, despite this ridiculous lack of a resume without Tom Brady? I still think yes, because I don't think that any team can have that longevity, even with the greatest player by far of all time. It's no longer a debate. Please fucking shut up. By far. Okay? Tom Brady's the greatest player by far of all time. Even though Belichick will probably never say it. I don't think he's ever actually said that. But, and there's so many years, like, this is so frustrating. There were so many years where things would come out where the Patriots think they could be a 10-win team or a good team without Tom Brady. I don't know how many times I saw that over the years. Like, when Tom Brady's, like, the best player in the league, and you're reading on Twitter in 2016 when he's throwing to a fucking lacrosse player and a 7th-round quarterback out of college in the Super Bowl, down 28-3 with a 4.8 speed running back catching 17 passes, and the worst Bennett brother as his number 3 target. And you've got this guy throwing for 500 yards. I mean, that is unbelievable. Think about this for a second. The guy had a receiver with no knees who retired a year after Malcolm Mitchell. He had a lax player, Chris Hogan. He had Julian Edelman, who I love Julian Edelman. But That was their number one receiver, a quarterback out of college, because they could never pick a receiver in the first round, the second round, the third round that was any good. They couldn't even sign anyone that was any good. The best signing they made was like Danny Amendola, and he was mid. And I love Danny Amendola. He was clutch. They had the worst Bennett brother, and they're beating the Falcons after trailing 28-3, which is dime after dime, throw after throw. And meanwhile, we might want to replace him with Jimmy Garoppolo. Huh? And then I've been consistent. I don't know how I got away from this. But anyways, I've been consistent. I've been saying since 2019 it's not been the quarterback's fault. So you guys might think I love Mac. And yeah, I do. I do have bias when it comes to Mac because I was extremely high on Mac coming out of college. And I felt like when the Patriots drafted him, he had the potential to be a great quarterback with the right support. That has not taken place. And this is it for me. 2019, I watched Tom Brady. I reviewed his tape. I talked about it all offseason. I picked the Bucs to win the Super Bowl in 2020, despite everyone saying Brady was washed. 90% of people were saying Brady was washed. I picked the Bucs to win the Super Bowl. Why? Because the Patriots had nothing around Tom Brady. The offense sucked. And that was with McDaniels. That was with Scarnecchia. That was with Joe Thuney and Shaq Mason. They still had nothing. They had Philip Dorsett, Edelman, who was hurt for like half the year, Ben Watson on a torn Achilles, N'Keal fucking Harry, and Sony Michel. 2020, Cam Newton. Love Cam Newton. By the way, shout out to fucking Cam Newton. Legend, Hall of Famer in my opinion, and a great guy. This guy continues to be, one, absolutely hilarious, but also defending Mac Jones for absolutely no reason. Everyone else is shredding Mac Jones, ripping into Mac Jones. Cam Newton is a great guy. The fact that he is defending Mac Jones when Mac Jones literally kicked him out of the NFL is something that I have not seen from a lot of NFL players, especially with the ego that supposedly Cam Newton has. But anyways, shout out to Cam Newton. This guy, Cam Newton, came into the Patriots organization with 1 week left to spare in the NFL season to get ready for the NFL season. Learn Tom Brady's offense under Josh McDaniels. His receivers consisted of Damiere Byrd, N'Keal Harry. Bro, Damiere Byrd was the first guy I said. Like, I don't even know if I have to keep going. Matt Lacoste. like, I don't think people know who these guys are. Devin Ossie. Dalton Keene. Bro, Jacoby Myers, like, in his rookie year. Wow. That was Cam Newton's support. And they went 7-9, and people blamed Cam Newton. Despite him actually having good rushing stats and them having a really good rushing offense, something we can't do anymore. 2021, Mac Jones, Pro Bowl quarterback. I give Josh McDaniels, that might be Josh McDaniels' best season of his career. Honestly. Not only is Belichick lost without Brady, but I think he's lost without McDaniels. And a lot of people are blaming McDaniels for how the Raiders thing is going. But man, the Patriots miss him. Man. But wow. Like, Mac Jones, Pro Bowl quarterback as an alternate with basically the same receiving core he has now. Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, who's balling out with the Falcons. A better offensive line. Kendrick Bourne, who is his best receiver. Jacoby Myers, who is good. And I don't even remember. So, like, honestly, and then 2022 last year with Matt Patricia, with that fiasco, and then you bring in Devontae Parker, who fucking sucks. He can't get open, and we play him over Demario Douglas, and then we get rid of our best receiver when we needed another receiver. Like, this was the thing that Bill missed. Bro, you didn't need to get rid of your best receiver for another receiver. You needed to sign Jacoby Myers as your number 2 and get a number 1. That's what you needed to do. If there's one thing McDaniels has done well with the Raiders, it's get weapons. He understood that Jacoby Myers would be a great 2 to Devontae Adams. Jacoby Myers and Juju literally had the same contract. So we got rid of that guy for a guy with no knees as our number 1 receiver. Unbelievable. And that doesn't even go into we can't draft offense. Unbelievable. This team fucking sucks. That's all I got to say. Thank you guys for watching. Gronk spike the like button. Subscribe for more. It's Mitch. We'll see you soon for the next video. Power rankings coming out. I don't know how low the Patriots are going to be, but it's going to be fun to watch.